Hi, I'd like to share with you right now some tweets that I discovered a couple of years ago that came at an opportune time when I was just about to teach Spinoza to my modern philosophy class. This is a series of tweets from Twitter, or I guess X as it's called now, from September of 2023. I do not know the name of the poster. I have the link, but when I followed it, I find that account is locked now, and apparently I'm not connected with them. So I don't have a name to attach to this. So I just want to emphasize this is not my writing. If it's your writing and you want credit for it, let me know and I'll credit you. If it's your writing and you think that there's something wrong with my sharing it this way, let me know and I'll take this down. But I wanted to share this because this is the kind of advice about Spinoza and the emotions, practical advice, especially in the context of dealing with mental illness, that I've been able to share with some of my students who've come to me for advice occasionally. And I found it valuable enough that I repeat it in non-classroom settings. So here's what this person writes first, and then I'll give you a few comments of mine, just kind of extending it a little bit and pointing towards Spinoza's theory of freedom. Hating someone is toxic and enslaving, this person writes, and screws you up inside. Getting rid of it is, in a very real sense, achieving freedom. I say this for no particular reason. Why do you ask? Honestly, I kind of think Spinoza is totally right here. Trying to achieve a pretty consistent second-order conception of and attitude towards your emotional life is a great way to achieve self-mastery and mental equilibrium. My experience of mental illness is very much that of just being stuck in the state of experiencing your own emotions as immediate constituents of your conscious life, of there being no line between what you feel right now and what you are. And my experience of returning to sanity is precisely being able to take that second-order step back and making your emotional life not the immediate constituents of your conscious life, but the object of reflection of something that's more truly you. And hatred is precisely the first kind of experience. It starts to make up a very large part of your everyday experience and eventually of your personality and your sense of yourself. Dang, I think I may have to write about this. My basic opinion on Spinoza is that the picture that most people have of him as this austere metaphysician is just ass backwards. You can't actually understand ethics by reading just part one. And I think that's a great reflection. That's absolutely correct at the end. Spinoza's theory of the ethics and of the emotions and of the emotional life and of self-mastery and freedom is one of the most valuable parts of the ethics. So maybe we'll do some videos about that. Dang, I may have to write about this. I do hope that this person wrote about this and can direct me towards some of those writings. But I want to focus in on these central paragraphs here. Right? Spinoza's right in that trying to achieve a consistent second-order conception of an attitude towards your emotional life is a way of achieving self-mastery and freedom. That's a nice way of thinking about what Spinoza tells us about freedom as having causes inside of yourself rather than outside of yourself. If your behavior, your thoughts are caused by your emotions, they're caused by things outside of you. But if you can reflect upon those emotions, in some very real sense, you acquire a certain amount of control, of sort of inward causality. And in a sense, I have some role in deciding whether and how much I continue being mad or being hateful. My experience of mental illness, this person writes, is that of being stuck in a state of experiencing my emotions as being me. Right? I feel hatred or self-loathing or fear or anxiety, whatever it is. And there's no gap between the emotion and me, right? The emotion that I feel just is the totality of myself. That seems to me like a very good description of a certain kind of depression, for example. There's no line between what you feel right now and who you are. Now, what does Spinoza give us? I think he gives us the tools in his kind of metaphysical system for conducting this intellectual activity of reflecting upon myself as the haver of my emotions, right? Being able to take, as this person says, a second-order step back to think of my emotional life as something that's got some distance from me, to evaluate it, right? Now I can look at it and say, I'm feeling hatred, I'm feeling fear, I'm feeling anger, and now I'm more than the anger. Why? Because the anger is here and I'm looking at it. So there's the me doing the reflecting. I have risen above it, right? I've acquired a kind of second order intentional attitude. I might embrace it, I might reject it, I might limit it, but simply in the fact of being able to hold it like kind of at arm's length from my own sense of myself, I've acquired a higher level of maturity, and it's going to turn out freedom and control over myself. And if I can develop that and strengthen it, if I can adopt that attitude more and more consistently, I will still feel emotions, but I will feel them in a way that has much more of me in it rather than being buffeted around by them. And if you've ever been sort of in the midst of the kind of experience this person is describing, the kind that I'm thinking of, getting free from that kind of being buffeted around in the storm of emotion is a tremendous liberation. Okay. And so what you end up with is thinking of your conscious life as your emotions as from a perspective of the more truly you, the you that is above all of this. So that's all that I really have to say about this. I'm not going to go in here to a close reading of any of Spinoza's theories about freedom or about the emotions, but from somebody here, an anonymous so far tweeter, this reflection on mental illness and freedom and the emotion seems to me very valuable, and the kind of thing that you can repeat to people without drawing them into all the speculative metaphysics of Spinoza's theory of substance. Just what does it mean to be a person having emotions? Well, you can, in a sense, be too close to the emotions, and the way to get free from that is to have a certain kind of second-order reflection about yourself and the nature of yourself. It's to acquire a certain kind of conceptual, sort of mental, internal self-control and self-regard, to be more than what you're feeling at this very moment. So thanks to whoever wrote this, and I hope you guys have appreciated this. And if you'd like to hear more from me about Spinoza on the emotions, if you think that's a topic I should tackle in another video, please let me know in a comment down below. Thanks for watching today. Goodbye.